Peace, Vandals and Vandalettes. Is the God Mathematics, and you now watching the Vandal Hour Season 7 live on S.STREET Media. We live on this Zoom shit too, but live on S.STREET Media. Make sure you check us out whenever we come on. And as obviously, as I always say, we come on constantly. So just stay in tune. Make sure you're paying attention to our promos. Make sure you're paying attention to the gram. Which if you miss anything, go to our new website at www.sstreetmedia.net, or you can go to the old joint at sstreetmedia.info. It doesn't matter. In both places, you can find archive videos of the Vandal Hour. You can also go to DTF Radio on YouTube and check out old seasons of the Vandal Hour, or go to S.STREET Media YouTube page and check out the more recent episodes of the Vandal Hour. We are also on Spotify. We are also on Anchor.fm, Google Podcasts, and others. It is real. It is real. Hold it for a sec. Today is the 29th, so today is Wisdom Born, or being born to knowledge, which borns out to wisdom. I'm going to say that one more time because I'm not trying to hide it. It is today's mathematics is wisdom born, or being born to knowledge, or being born to wisdom. But that's the new stuff I'm doing for the Vandal Hour. But keep my peoples abreast, keep my people aware of what's going on. If you in tune, you in tune. But I got a special thing going on tonight. This is a Vandal Hour exclusive. We always trying to bring the new shit that's happening in the streets, on the web, wherever. We're always trying to bring that new, and we got something new today. I got some people, man, from Bushwick, Brooklyn, man, who's really representing, bringing this this social media to another level. A lot of people now, after this COVID-19 thing happened, everybody's tuning in now. But this has been happening. People been in tune. People been making these power moves on social media before COVID-19. And these group of dudes is one of them. They have a fucking dope ass platform called Straight 16. They are also musically inclined. They came from Bushwick and it was called U Crime. I think that rhymes. Shout out to Straight 16.
What's good? Peace.
Peace to the gods. How y'all doing?
Bless, man. Bless.
Oh, man. Yo, we did this yesterday. You know, I don't like to hide nothing. I like to be very real. We did this yesterday, and shit happened. I'm not going to say what the shit was, but shit happened. Fucking phones. You know, the fucking government might be tapping my shit. I don't know. I don't do nothing for them to tap, but they might be tapping it because they just be wanting to do shit that they government type of shit do. They type of shit that government do. But I'm not going to get into that. Shit didn't go well. We back here tonight. We're going to do this over. I think it was a dope interview last night. So it is nothing. I like doing this. I like journalism. I like talking to the people. So how y'all doing tonight, guards?
Oh, everything's good, man. We blessed, man. How you doing?
I'm doing great, man. I'm doing great. I'm glad I got to talk to y'all yesterday. I think I make it better for today because it gave me a little bit more insight on what y'all was doing, so it could be a more extended interview. So a lot of people may not know your backgrounds and stuff like that, who y'all are. So I want y'all to both, introduce yourselves separately on who y'all are, before the Straight 16 thing came about.
What's good? This is 4-5 on one half of you crime.
This is Straight Jacket. I got the Straight 16 mask because, we're in a Vandal hour, so it's only right. Know what I mean? That mask up.
That's a fact.
So, okay, for
yeah. So, yeah. No, you just introduced it.
Nah, so tell me a little bit about yourselves, man. Before the U crime thing, what y'all was doing, prior, who y'all
are. Our stomping grounds is Bushwick, Brooklyn. Shout out to Saddam, Knickerbocker, everybody out there, the whole hood. Basically, our upbringing is hip hop. We come from that culture. You know what I'm saying? Trey and I was young boys out there. We fell in love with this thing that we all connect to, and it's hip hop. One of our favorite artists that we came up was Kane, KRS, Rakim,
Coogee Rap.
I mean, this goes back to
Slick Rick.
Yes,
the golden era.
You know, I remember as a child just watching Radio Music Box and seeing these incredible artists, which was like superheroes to us.
And we had no choice. You feel me? We had an older sister when we had, only one TV in the crib, so she bogart everything. So we want to watch cartoons, and she's putting rap music, and then that's how we kind of fell in love with this hip hop thing, and it was on ever since.
Right, absolutely. So here we are, two young kids, and the symphony just had came out, and we used to look at that video and play it over and over again and just mimic what they were saying. And
classic video, classic song.
Absolutely one of the best posse cuts in hip hop history. And we just started rhyming. We just took a chance and started kicking some rhymes with each other. We later formed a group called Double Impact and started doing shows. And we was killing the shows. We started off in the neighborhood and then slowly migrated throughout the whole city of New York. And we're just really out there hard. One of the things that we was doing that was ahead of the curve was the promotion team. It was just well, I'm skipping a little bit. We started off with the
double. Because I remember the sticker time. The stickers was everywhere. Weed spots.
Absolutely.
Everywhere. The U Crime joints was everywhere. I'm from Williamsburg. I definitely seen a U Crime sticker in many places.
Oh yeah, we was everywhere with it.
We was definitely self-promotion. But before we even started the U Crime joint, like I said, 45 and now, it was Double Impact. And it was just junior high school going to high school, just doing local shows, contests, and we were just killing it, making a buzz for ourselves and making a name for ourselves until I had this great idea of forming a group, which 45 hated at the beginning. But we found some incredible MCs through our neighborhood, like my boy Lowdown. Shout out to Lowdown.
Yep.
Shout out to Suicide.
Yep.
Shout out to Smooth Nigga.
Absolutely.
So we found these cats, and I said, yo, we need to form a group. This is before Wu-Tang, before anybody else. And I said, yo, we're gonna call it. My man Lowdown said, yo, we're gonna call it organized crime. But then they had organized confusion, and I was like, so we said, we can cut out the organized, and we're gonna add U for united. Let me take all these masks. So we I don't know how you do it.
I'm going through this. You don't know. It's easier for me to do this shit over the phone than to do it face to face. This is more complex shit like that for me. You see me fucking with the mask.
Oh man. But yeah, so we took out the organized, added the U. And that's when U Crime started. And there's been waves of U Crime. So then when we started U Crime, it was a 5-member. 45 Hey Nigga, 45 was like Double Impact. We it's buzzing. We got the look. We're twins. There's no twins out there that's killing it. And I'm like, nah.
He came out with a good idea at the worst time. You know what I'm saying? I felt like it would have been more beneficial had we popped off and then eventually came back with those 3 artists. But I must say that no regrets, because we was able to do some incredible work with those 3 artists. So I don't regret that at all. Those are our comrades. We've been to many battles, many shows, many ciphers, killed a lot of artists on stage. So shout out to those 3 brothers.
Yes, and at that time we was going to, that's at that time when you go to the park and have ciphers. You walk around the neighborhood with a boombox and jump into many ciphers.
Yeah.
And that's how we met. Shout out to the General, SR, and MBK. It was one of the locals, MCs, crews that was out there buzzing.
Also dominating, yeah.
Talk to me about the whole, Bushwick hip hop scene back then.
Yeah, the Bushwick scene was crazy. You got to understand, like, this is the time or era where the neighborhood was infested with drugs. You know what I'm saying? Not too many people was really wanted to be artists. So there was, if you was an artist back then, you really was an artist. You know what I'm saying? So back then, You had groups like Only Us, Breaking
Arsonist.
Popcorn, Arsonist,
Oh,
MBK.
that's my peoples. I know Popcorn. I know, I
Oh,
know,
shout
I
out
know.
to
That's my
Aqua. That's
man.
my man.
And they
Yeah.
was fucking
And
with and Archangel back then. Oh, there's a writer by the name of Arc U5. That's my man too. So
then
yeah, I
we
definitely heard
had
about. I know that.
dysfunctional
Y'all had a
family.
movement over there.
They
Yeah.
had dysfunctional family.
Zone Troopers. There
Zone
were so many
Troopers.
groups out. There were so many groups out there. But at that time, at that particular time, that's when hip hop was really rising. That's when record sales was high and all that. But you still was all about the fundamental of hip hop. It was all about the lyrics. So what we used to do at that time, this is obviously before social media. So the only way to get your name out there was literally going door to door, block to block. So
Neighborhood to
neighborhood to neighborhood, and that's the way, it was back then. It was really intense because you had block parties. So you go to somebody's block and they'd be like, yo, who's, so who's rapping, who's here, who's in the building, and you go on stage and you never know who you're gonna go against. And you just do your thing. But as long as you killed it, you finding out you finding out if you got skills in real time. There was no likes, click likes, leave a comment. No, you was right there
in front of a crowd.
in front of a crowd that's most likely not from your neighborhood, and they're gonna judge you right there. So it was brutal back then, but that allow us to be the warriors that we are today.
And you just imagine when we started Ukron, when we was going doing shows, we was 80 deep, 60 deep. So at that time, forget about it. Everybody was running thick. So if things popped off, it used to get crazy. So
Oh yeah.
Let me ask you this, man. Industry wise, who's some of the people that you worked with in the industry or been on the same bill with industry wise?
Just to name a few,
God bless the dead, Prodigy.
Yep, Mobb Deep as
Havoc,
a whole, had production from Havoc and a song with them.
Yes.
Alchemist,
Tragedy, Gaddafi, Tony Touch,
Joel Ortiz,
my man Proof,
Who Kid from G Unit.
Oh, Proof is my man. Proof from Cooper.
Yeah.
From Rocker, he was early.
Memphis Bleak.
Yeah, true indeed. That's my man, man. That's the God, man. He
Nice.
from Cooper Projects. That's family.
Nice. Shout out to Proof.
We got mad records for old boy.
Living, definitely.
And at that time, Joel Ortiz was quick.
Yeah, he was quick.
True indeed. That's a fact. He's fucking with his manager was Dennis. Is my man too.
Fact. So
I see y'all was involved. So
oh yeah.
What made you, not want to pursue the career put the career in the front anymore?
Well, we went through stages. So when we started this 5-man crew, due to
circumstances, life situation, the artist, it went from 5, 4, 3, 2.
Right.
Even at 1 at one point.
And at 2, and then we had a 3-man crew, with Oh Boy, the actor. You know what I'm saying? So we was doing shows. We had that wave, and we was doing shows, and then we started a whole new wave. That's when we dropped the G Unit. Then we had a U-Crime series where we dropped several mixtapes. And then
hosted by Tony
Touch. It was Who Kid, Green Lantern, and it was somebody else too. I can't remember, but
Get Familiar.
Yeah, my boy. I forgot the nigga name. Damn, but he was in Shade 45. Yeah. So we was doing that with Old Boy. Shit didn't work out. You know what I mean? We parted ways, and then at that time, I just our life got serious. And I had a child, and I left 45 by himself, and basically he was standing on his own, and he was working on his own personal project.
Yeah, at that point, I still felt like I had the passion and the love. So me and the incredible producer, Full Blast, my boy, my brother, I told them, I said, yo, look, I still want to move forward with this, with a project. So we worked on an album called Moment of Truth. So it's just me and FB putting countless of hours working on this project. And once the album was done, I had like a small private studio session, listening party, and my brother had played it to him and all that, and he was blown away by it.
And then I sabotaged them once again. I said, wait a minute, I think I still got it in me, you know. So I made him put his project.
No, he didn't make me.
I didn't make him.
My whole vision, I always wanted the world. I always wanted to have a real formal introduction with my brother and I. I always never wanted to be a solo artist. I only became a solo artist due to circumstances. But once
Sound like Malice and Pusher.
basically, yeah. So when I saw the excitement in his face, I said, "Yo, look, he came. Another thing he did. He wound up leaving New York."
Yeah, after I convinced him.
After he convinced me that he was willing to go back into music, so now he leaves. But I know how nice he is. He's one of my favorite artists. So at the time I said, "Look, come back to New York." He was visiting, and I was able to get a video for him, and I had a couple songs laid out. And even at one time, I went to go visit him, and I rented this big, incredible studio out in Orlando, and this dude choked.
I had one verse. He booked like 10 hours, and he's like, "Yo, I got the whole day." And I'm like, "Yo, I got only one verse, my nigga." Like, why you booking 10 hours? I mean, we just end up drinking, smoking, and having fun, though. But
it was still an incredible night.
It was an incredible night, and so then I think at that time he just got frustrated, and
then I needed a break. I was overwhelmed.
Then he stopped, and then we, and then we kind of put the pause on music for a while, and then
the next chapter came.
The next chapter, which is a Straight 16. So how the Straight 16 came about was one day 4-5 rented a villa, and it was my man Dope and 4-5 and myself. We went to this villa, and then he was like, "You know what? We're gonna take it back in the days. Let's put a beat, and let's all write a verse." So everybody went to their corner, they writing, and I wrote some good shit. I was like, "Yo."
He's being modest. He wrote some fire shit. The funny thing about that story is, like, I'm gonna kill this dude. This dude have a rhyme. I'm gonna show him what MC is all about, because I just did the solo album, and then I had the mixtape. So I was felt a little warm with the pen. But he just came in with some fire, and I was just like, "Damn, dog, you still got it. This shit is crazy."
And then I sparked a bug in me. So I started writing more verses in my head. So I told 4, I was like, what I'm going to do is, I didn't even introduce him. Yeah. So I said, every month of the 16, I'm going to drop a verse, 16 bars every month on a 16. So shout out to my man Pistol and 45. We was discussing, and it was like, you know what? It's gonna be a straight 16. Plus, my name is Straight Jacket. So it was a double entendre, a straight 16 and straight 16. And then when I did that, one day I see your phone record me, and I'm gonna just post it. And everybody was showing wild love, like, "Yo, that's dope." I said, "You know what? I'm gonna start a 16 bar challenge."
Right.
And then I started reaching out to all the incredible MCs that I grew up with. A lot of dudes like, "Yo, I haven't written a verse in a minute. This should have been a while." But everybody, took off the rust. And the 16 bar challenge just started happening. Boom, boom, boom. And everybody started as a neighborhood thing. All the rappers.
You was dropping it on the 16, right?
On the 16.
Right.
On the 16. So it was getting out of hand. Because now everybody's sending me the video, and I'm posting it on my personal page. And I'm like, nah, we need to build a page, a platform where everybody can submit their video and make it public. And that how Straight 16 was born. Yeah, we gave birth to Straight 16. And at the beginning, it was only, I wanted it dark. It was all black and white videos. And then one time 4-5, he was looking at FB.
Yeah. What happened? So we, let me know if we just rambling too much. You want to?
Nah, you're good. You're good.
So we had he at that time, I think he had 20 videos. He had a certain amount of videos, and it was all black and white. So I had went to Full Blast's page, FB, and he used to do the same thing, all black and white. But there's one particular video, he had it in color. So I said, "Straight, look at that. What's the first thing you notice on Full Blast's page?" He goes, "The color one." I said, "Exactly. What you should do moving forward is make everybody put it in color." And then that's how it became.
So we started as an evolution.
Yeah, exactly.
So, and then what happened was, now where everybody submitting straight 16s. but a lot of dude was trash. You know what I'm saying? But we never rejected any video. So we was like, how
So,
can we
so,
let?
so, so technically, there was no criteria
There
to
was
be a
no
part
just
of it.
60-bar challenge. We didn't care. Just
You send a
16 bars.
submission,
That's it.
and then that's it.
And it was called a 60-bar challenge, then straight 16, but still. Then we was like, how can we let niggas know they trash or not good or need work?
Right,
You know?
because at that time, behind the scenes, we was already having conversations. Who you thought? So that whole debate was already happening. We should say, so let's take that and make it public.
Right.
That's how the rating systems came about, because we was already having that discussion.
What's some of the how did your come? What was the final plan of how the rating system will be?
Well, I came up with the or 4 or 5, I'm not sure. He said we're gonna do a flame emoji, fire, and it's gonna be 1 to 5, where it's lukewarm, cooking, lit, fire, and then full on blaze. Because I remember growing up, the Source magazine, where you had the 5 mics. So when that happened, it was like cool, but there was still no way of letting somebody know they was like good. I mean,
trash. Yeah.
So shout out to my man Eddie Burns. He used to give niggas a snowflake, and I'm like, yo, dude, that's not even on the rating system. Like, why you even adding that? He's like, yo, they're not hot, they ice cold.
And then another light bulb went out. Another light bulb.
I said, oh, we can add this shit to the rating system. That's when the flame emoji.
Because even Spec, right? You said Spec, one of the artists.
Spec hit me. Yeah, Spec awesome.
One of the artists that rep Straight 16 to the fullest. He get busy, incredible artist. He was having a conversation with Stray, and he was like, "We got to do something to let these dudes know that they trash," you know. But at that same time, the snowflake thing was happening, so it was a perfect fit.
Correct.
Yeah, because I'm definitely you. I would, as a person who goes to your page, I want to know what people was thinking. If this nigga is trash, you don't want to be like anybody just could rock out. You got to have some type of system. Because,
well, to be quite honest, it's called the Straight 16, the People's Platform, and the reason it's called the People's Platform because there's really no criteria. The only criteria that you need is the love and the passion for the culture. It doesn't matter what skill level you are, because we all start at some point.
Correct.
So the only requirement that we have is to say Straight 16 before you rhyme. And the reason being is that that's our trademark. There was other platforms where they would do is take videos and then repost it. No shots to them, no shade, but that's not being authentic. You know what I'm saying?
There was on Instagram, there was nothing like a Straight 16. We were the first one on the ground to say, all right, we're gonna start this. And that's why our page is lit. Because there was no other platform that was like that.
To this day.
To this day. So there's other platforms. Now you see other platforms coming out, but Straight 16 is one of a kind. And I'm not just saying that because it's mine, but it's a fact.
No, we definitely take great pride in being original. And in fact, we always bigging up other platforms and we lend them a hand when needed. But we just take great pride in being original. And that all begins even back in our early days when we was listening to hip hop. Originality was everything.
Correct.
Let me so what separates Straight 16 from the other platforms that's out there right now?
Well,
everything, but we get into specifics.
I'll say one thing. What happened was 45 and now we just naturally funny people. And one time, like I said, we always constantly trying to elevate the platform. So I said, you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna do a segment called Verse of the Week.
Right.
And what happened is now we take the prior week of MCs and we're gonna let the people vote to see who had the hottest verse. Now, if you're a 2-time winner, you get a Straight 16 shirt, custom made. 5-time winner, you get a hat. So one time at the beginning stage, 45 and 9, you should participate in Verse of the Week. and I lost one. And one time he won one, so I did a video claiming the verse of the week.
Right. So basically, the winner of verse of the week, he would pretty much do a video thanking the followers and shouting out the platform. The winner would do that. So this greedy son of a bitch, what he did was he went and shot a video on my behalf as if he won the verse. So that was right. So that was the basis of that was the premises of the skit,
which gave birth to straight skits.
So straight skits.
So now not only that we're doing verses with talented MCs, now now everybody like, yo, y'all funny, keep doing skits, and now we're doing skits. So now another evolution on the platform. Shots fired, another segment. So I'm just letting you know different things that makes us different that nobody was doing. So now you got a rating system. Now you're doing skits. Now we got shots fired. What's the shots fired? Shout out to Spec Austin, one of the MCs that rep of Straight 16. One time he inboxed me, said, I want to shoot at an MC. He wanted to shoot at this MC called Seven the God. Right?
Another dope artist.
Another dope artist. Shout out to Seven the God. So we inform Seven, listen, yo, somebody's shooting at you. We give them the rundown. Yeah. Shots fired, give birth to shots fired. We name it shots fired. Now we got battles on Straight 16.
Right.
So
can I say something about those battles? Okay, so now battles. It's nothing new, right? There's a lot of battles going on. But imagine this. One of the, let's just say you got Smack. Shout out to Smack, incredible work, big fan. So what's dope about their platform, they set up the battle. You got Rapper A and Rapper B. They're going to face off May 22nd, and everybody go there. These two artists, they prepare for the battle. They meet each other, and then they go at it.
Right.
Now, with Straight 16, what makes it so unique and special is that you have an artist that takes a shot at another artist. He's not even aware he's being shot at until the videos get displayed. Now that artist has 24 hours,
48
to respond.
Oh, no, but hear me out. I say 24 hours. He doesn't have to respond in 24 hours.
Right.
But all MCs, their wheels turn. When someone calls you out, automatically your wheels is turning. So now you have to respond and within real time. Because what? Because Straight 16 has the toughest crowd on social media. These guys, I saw one time, I saw an artist, it was a snowstorm in the middle of the summer. It was nothing but snowflakes. So now you know the audience is waiting. Now you know you're on the clock, and now you have to respond quickly. You don't have to if you choose to. If you choose to engage, you write down a verse quickly. You got to memorize it. Then you got to respond it. Right. Now you got people judging your flow. Their background, the TV was dirty. He had a dirty white socks. The shirt was long.
His T-shirt was worn out, and you can't read off the paper. They will kill you. So imagine writing a verse and you got to learn it, and you can't even read off the paper.
It's forbidden. People do it, but you're gonna pay the consequences.
It's an unwritten law.
And listen, and I get it. Some people may look, I'm about the bars. But now with this new wave of the way people battle, people looking at everything. It's the same thing with Instagram model. You see an Instagram model, and she might have a sexy outfit, but look at her bedroom. She don't clean her bedroom. That's the world we live in. Everybody's always judging. So you got to be prepared. You got to bring the bars and make sure everything is on the point. Everything's on point.
Let's talk about these other segments, man, because you have a lot of, I think, ill segments. You got the extended clips.
That's
right.
So
Valentine, Straight Massacre, Straight Outbreak. Let's talk about some of these joints.
All right.
Talk to me about the Straight Outbreak one.
Yeah, before we get to the Straight Outbreak, the reason the segments came to life was basically, again, originality. You know what I'm saying? You got platforms. Everybody's okay now. Straight 16 is getting a little buzz. Now people are rapping. So what can we do yet again to be different? Let's give them segments. Let's give them subject. It's gonna be current events. It might be a holiday. Right. You never know what it may be. It might be a subject matter. Right. So that's when the segments came in, because we always add into the wheel. We don't invent the wheel, as Straight say, but we trying to add to it. So now you got the segments. For instance, last year we had an incredible segment on Halloween, where not only did the rappers rhyme on that subject, they actually wore Halloween outfits, whatever it was. You know, you had one person wear a whole Chucky outfit. And he was there with holding the knife the whole entire verse.
And the whole rhyme scheme is the whole rap scheme is about rapping Hollywood horror flicks.
Exactly.
You know, I saw in motherfucking in a dungeon with
some chains hanging from the ceiling.
Crazy.
Straight did a Dead President, and he did a whole movie scheme where he took some of the movies. Him and She Rock the Mic. We're gonna get into her. She does the graphics, but he did a whole movie scheme with that. I mean, it's incredible. I did a Mafioso, Goodfellas. I had a whole suit. The suit was tight, but I still killed it.
And that main marksman, he did the Gravedigger. So that's just one of them.
Yeah.
Last year we had Straight International, where we had people from all over the globe saying
Africa, 16. New Orleans.
I want to talk to you about that. Ireland, Africa, Canada.
Ireland. I said New Orleans. Ireland.
Yes, all over the world saying Straight 16. So this is not local. This is going global. Straight 16 is global right now. And we straight ciphers. Now let's go back, and the list goes on. So they go to the Outbreak.
Yeah.
Now, when we started this platform, it was 45 and 9. It's my platform, but he's been helping me out. We added 2 people that's family. Shout out to Navy SEAL. Shout out to She Rocks the Mic. Those are the engine and the wheel that moves this platform.
Absolutely.
Navy,
that's the ones behind the
scenes. I have to give them a shout out because they work hard every day. Navy helps the day-to-day operation. Absolutely. She rocks the mic. She does the graphics. She helps us with different segments as well. She brought to the table, say, yo, this virus is started. It was new when we just heard about it.
There was not too much information. There was mixed information. So this is something that was discussed, but we didn't know how severe it was at the time. But they wanted to do something on that subject matter. So I think that you wanted it to have the artist do something where I think Straight did something.
I did a video where I act like I had the virus and I passed it to 4 or 5. So now that every MC is acting like they have the virus, and they actually contaminating the next MC. And
who had the illest verse in that one?
Who
had the illest verse in that one? Be honest.
I'm gonna be one of my favorites. It was 2 of them. It was 7, the God.
Right.
He smashed it.
Yeah,
he smashed it. Spec Austin had an incredible verse. Damn, it was so many.
Don't be political, man.
No,
look, I'm a straight. Let me tell you something. I'm gonna keep it up. Look, let me tell you something. Shrey and I, we don't hold punches. Right. I keep it. Look, if I was able to, you gotta understand. Let me tell you something. Another thing about Straight 16 that no one does. We are dropping content every day. At times 3 videos. I can't even remember those verses from that segment. Right. But if I heard it, then I would give you a real honest. But just to give you a name, the first name that pops in my head, I'll be lying to you. It's just too many bars. But I would love to.
Yeah, I mean,
but 7, he said 7.
Shout out to Frank Liddy, who had an incredible skit. He did a whole garbage bag, and he's in the backyard. I mean, people really show their ass on this pause. You know what I mean? On the skits and in his videos.
Let me ask you this, man. I know this is a bar platform, but are you ever approached by drill MCs to be a part of the to be on your platform?
Who MCs?
Who MCs?
Drill MCs. Drill.
Oh no! But what happened was I had some young cats who I said, you know what? Come to the platform because
one of the segment. The segment was the
young gunners. Young gunners.
Yeah.
So I had the young gunners do it, but you understand our audience is 30 plus. So these are 90s.
They wasn't trying to hear it.
Oh my God! They told me, yo, love you straight. I ain't going back there. These niggas is because. And they try to do it over 90s beats, like hit boom bap beats. And these niggas was still getting killed.
And I tell you, and to be honest, they was getting busy.
They was getting busy, but
I liked them. I enjoyed what they was doing.
But yeah.
Let me, I know this, social media allows a lot of people to have a voice, a lot of people to have, people that wouldn't, in our time wouldn't be able to say anything. They are allowed to say things now. So on your platform, do there be any heated arguments between people? Like, do we get like, oh wow, this might go some left field?
No, this is a constant thing that we always dealing with.
Right.
And the reason being is not that people are trying to be tough or be gangsters, got something to prove. Erykah Badu said it best. I'm an artist. Forgive me. I'm passionate. You know what I'm saying?
Sensitive.
I'm sensitive. So when you go and you put something out there and someone gives you a bad rating, sometimes artists, they get caught up in their feelings. You know what I'm saying? And they will say, well, you wrong, and the comments could get a little crazy.
Or in the battles, when you have battles and you got one MC's crew is getting at another MC crew, and they in the comments, and you look at it, he's like a 27 thread of comments, and there's times where 45 is on the phone with niggas, and you got to calm the situation down. But at the end of the day, it's love.
It's really Straight. Straight is the one. Let me tell you something about Straight. He's such a good dude, man. Like, he take the time, he has a daughter, and he takes the time still to speak to artists. If there's an issue going on with the platform, he'll talk to you. He's easy to reach. He'll have a conversation. He flew out. He stopped a lot of wars going on. Things was about to get really, really ugly. And he was able to pull out the fires.
Right.
He has a lot more patience than I do.
At the end of the day, it's my platform, so I don't want nobody to ever get hurt or get disrespected too crazy. I let the people handle their business. Everyone's grown, but I'm not tolerating no bullshit on the platform.
Where's some of the outside of the international people? Where are some of the people from state-wise?
Oh, we got everywhere.
We got the West
Chicago,
Coast,
or Hawaii, Iowa, Philly, New York, Connecticut, Connecticut heavy,
Florida.
Detroit, Florida.
Listen, I don't want to put it like this.
Seattle.
We have something coming up, and I can't really give it away, but it's close to what you're saying. And so I won't touch on it too much, but you're about to see the power of Straight 16.
Facts.
Where do you see Straight 16 in the next year or two?
We always like Diablo. Like my man Diablo, Straight 16 against the world. Shout out to my man Diablo. He always say
basically the podcast. We working on the podcast. You see, this is the thing. A lot of people fail to realize that where the birth of Straight 16 really started with, and it started with the beginning of the conversation. Straight and I are MCs at heart, but we know what it is to be an artist. So we always constantly thinking, what can we do to share the light to these incredible artists? We believe in them. We want nothing but the best for them. And if you create another platform, such as a podcast, now you can have the artists come up to the podcast and give them an interview, and that's more light for these artists. Nobody's doing that. Everybody's looking for big names, and I get it. Hey, I would love to give a dope interview to big artists and artists that I respect coming up, but at the same time, there's still artists,
all those underground artists
that are just as good as some of the people that you look up to.
Yep.
We coming to the ending of the conversation. This time I want to ask you: Do you ever imagine that one of the people from your platform actually like become successful and a successful MC?
That's the game plan. That's the hope. That's the dream. That we actually had an MC. Shout out to my man that had the label meeting.
Attica Bars.
Shout out to Attica Bars. He did a joint and he had a label meeting. We got MCs. Straight 16 is a community of MCs, and now people are actually getting together, building, doing productions, making songs together, and it's coming out dope.
I'll give you a better one. My prediction is that somebody from Straight 16 or one or many artist would become somebody, a household name. That's my prediction, because the pool of talent that comes to that platform are amazing. That's another reason why Stray is, again, always pushing the envelope. Now what we are doing, a new segment, is where every month we are allowing to display a video on the platform. So if you got a video that's official, we will premiere it on that platform, so our followers and audience can take a look at that and also support it. Even if you drop a project, we will support that, so our followers can make the purchase, and then you could be able to make some money and feed your family.
And we working on the Straight 16
LP.
So
I definitely that would be the next move, is definitely dropping some music, man.
No, yeah, it's definitely it's a no-brainer. It's a no-brainer.
Facts.
You have all these incredible artists, all these producers. The networking is crazy. Like, there's so many artists that met on that platform that never would have met each other, having not been for Straight 16. So we get great pleasure in knowing that that's happening. That's exactly what we was doing, because that was always the goal.
I like that. He gave you the pound and gave you the hand sanitizer.
You already know we
be safe.
Yeah, STREET Media, we about the peoples. We got boxes of gloves. We keep the sanitizer. We are socially distant in here. There's a few of us, but we are 6 feet apart, for real, for real.
Can we shout out some of the artists that's on that platform?
I was gonna say, who's some of the people that you feel is standoutish on the platform right now?
A quick disclaimer: we're not gonna be able to get everybody, but just to name a few.
We have Spec. Shout out to Spec. SR, Liddy, Diablo, Main, Price, Franchise, Show Rock, Physical, Bars Only, Joker, Rap, Robin Street, Big Medina, Attica Bars, Divine, Vinny, the Rega, Jindu, J Swag, Sibby, Mistress Music, Don Cheen, J Connect. Oh, man, Jesus.
Just to name a few.
Yes. It goes on and on. Main, the Marksman. I forgot.
And then we also got a segment called Straight Beatdown, where we have upcoming producers and we take the beat and then we post it. We haven't done that segment in some time, but we're bringing that back to also share the light for the producers.
And the Straight live every Saturday, 10 o'clock. It's starting to get lit, where we play people's music. People come, they rap live, and you get rated live. As you rapping, people are rating you as you rapping live. So it's magic. Yeah, man. It's crazy.
Yeah, man. Yeah, you've been doing an incredible job.
I like what you're doing, man. I like what you're doing. Especially anything that's for the culture, to push the culture. You know, I see y'all being like a step in people's careers. Like, people go through like basically the Straight 16 school and basically go out and do what they do. Sound like the wrestlers back in the days, you know, the Samoans had the teaching class, and you go to their shit, or you go to the Jimmy Hart shit. Like, it's kind of like a training camp for people to get their shit together, be heard, be rated, know which way to go with they shit. You know what I mean?
If you think you're nice, come to Straight 16. We'll tell you.
Yeah, I definitely see events too, man. I could definitely see these MCs performing.
Hey, you know, we gotta work on something too.
Yeah, you already know that's a definite. I definitely see people going on the stage, or maybe putting some names around them and shit like that.
No, actually, what we're gonna do, no mean to cut part himself. What we're gonna do is we're gonna get 16 MCs on the stage, and then they'll be getting rated by judges, and we'll have a paddle with snowflake and a flame emoji, and then you have a number, and you could put a number 3 and a flame emoji. You could put a 5, and then so basically imagine Straight 16 but live on the stage.
Right, and then eventually
that's a television show.
Right, and then as the platform continue to grow, hopefully put together a little tour.
Yeah, that's a tour. That's a television show. That's I definitely you created something, man. You created something dope, and I'm glad that I got to interview y'all together finally, man. And keep doing what y'all do. Any last words to our Vandal Hour audience?
All right, I just want to once again shout out to Navy SEAL. Like I said, he always works hard. I love that kid. She rocks the mic. The secret weapon, 45, my brother, always helping me out on, He always give me the applause, but I can't. He always helping me out. The people, and I don't say fans, I say the supporters, because all the supporters they help us out, and all the credible MCs.
The supporters are just as important as the artists. Without the supporters, there is no platform. So we are all equal. There's a lot of moving parts, but together we are the vehicle to drive to our destination. Another thing I must say, you see the Straight 16 logo that was designed by Full Blast. He came
Shout out to the God.
Yep, he came up with that design, and we forever indebted for him for doing that.
And go subscribe Straight 16 on YouTube.
Absolutely.
Go follow us on the gram. STR8_16 spelled out. On Facebook is Straight Bars, STRAI, right? BARS, Straight Bars on Facebook, Straight 16 on Instagram and on YouTube.
Yo, shout out to the guard FB,
Full Blast,
aka Fat Boy Full Blast.
Love
he is the person who made the intro for the Vandal album. Gotta shout out the guard. Also, man, I want to shout out to all the people who's going through this situation, man. This COVID-19 thing. Stay strong, eat healthy. You know what I mean? Exercise. I also want to give a shout out to all the Vandal Hour guards and goddesses that came before me. Brat, Giggles, Greaseball, J-Lo, Mathematics, Facts on Wax, Eastern Natural, June 457, Sosa, Dre Kill Films, the Bring That Back Dude, DJ Quest, Mr. 13, Buyer 3, Reps, Guest, DJ Swift, DJ EA, Darwin Queens, Justice, Little Bit, and Chris. I gotta always acknowledge those brothers and sisters. Without them, there'd be no me. Without them, it'd be no Vandal Hour. I appreciate y'all for doing the show, man.
It's definitely
an honor to be here.
It's a pleasure to be here, and thank you for giving us the mics. It's a dope thing. We give the mics to these artists, and in return, we get to do something like this and continue to help promote these incredible artists that we Straight and I really
shout out to you, because you're doing the same thing that we're doing on the graph side. You're giving voices to the voiceless and saluting these legends on the graph game. So shout out to you, because this is a dope platform, and I see you've been grinding for years, and I just see the moon for you, bro. So congrats on everything, my brother.
Everybody knows that this is one of the elements of hip hop: break dancing, graffiti, MC and DJing. So
that's a fact, man. And fashion, the quiet one.
Yeah.
I appreciate y'all for doing this, man. This is my first Zoom. Hopefully everything goes.
We the first guest on Zoom. Yeah,
that's a fact. And hopefully,
like I said, we always the first. We always the first.
Hopefully this works and everything.
If not, you can go to our YouTube and watch it.
I guess we do round 3.
Yeah, I definitely appreciate you for being a part of this. We're gonna sign out with peace.
Peace.